This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community with more than 13,000 classes taught by professionals in design, photography, and much more. You can learn many useful skills to advance your career or just have fun. Click the link in the description to get unlimited access to Skillshare for free for 2 months. If you like the service, then stay for around $10 a month or cancel with absolutely no obligation. Click the link in the description to get started. Hello everyone and welcome to my After Effects tutorial. In this episode, I want to show you guys how to create this nice corporate transition that you see right now in this part in Adobe After Effects. This is 100% After Effects and it looks amazing on any video. So here's an example of how you can use it on a video. So as you can see, this is very customizable, so you can move it very easily in After Effects and your full editing timeline is going to update very easily. So here is how it looks. You can add your logo and everything, and very easy to edit. So here's another example one more time, right? And here's how you do it. Now I would like to say that, awesome people, this is if you are having difficulty creating it, or if you don't understand After Effects that well and you would rather buy this as a template, I have this uploaded on VideoHive.net over here. It's a little pricey, but this is a complete package. It's coming in 30 titles with 15 different slides and 5 transitions. I'm going to show you the technique for transitions in this tutorial, but if you are working on a project and you don't have the time to create it again and again, consider buying this pack. It's very good. I've had 9 sales on this. It's a little pricey, but it's a good investment. So that's all I would like to say. And with that being said, awesome people, let's get started. So once again, this is what we are creating today, right? Smooth, slick, nice corporate style transition. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. So awesome people, I'm going to create a 720p composition. I would like to tell you that you can do this in 4K. Matter of fact, guys, I created this example thing in 4K and then I used it in a 720p composition. So this is a very customizable thing. You can make it into 4K and you can use it in a full HD video, or you can use it in a 720p video, and it works like that. Okay, so just for the tutorial case, just because I'm recording, I'm going to go with 720p. So I'm going to call this tutorial transition. And I'm going to keep this guy about 10 seconds long. Okay, and click OK. Superb. Next, I'm going to create a new shape layer. Now, instead of usually I do it like this, but this time I'm going to go up here to my rectangle tool, and then I'm going to draw one out like so. Now I'm going to see to it that I'm pressing the Shift key for creating a proper square. Okay. I'm going to change its color from red to white, or a little off-white like that. And then I'm just going to use the align tool to bring it in the center like so. I'm using a third-party script called Move Anchor Point. This is a free script. I'm going to use it to bring the anchor point in the center. All right. Next, I'm going to rename the shape layer. I'm going to call this slide 01 white. Okay. And then I'm going to I'm going to open this layer. Go to Contents, open that, go to Rectangle, and then I'm going to go to Transform Rectangle, and then there's going to be an option here called Skew. Yeah, I'm going to use it for making, like, you can use it for doing it like this. I'm just going to make it go in, say, -10. Okay, this works for me. Now you can go with you can go with an extreme style if you want, or if you want to do like a vertical style, you can even do that. In this pack, there are actually many different versions of this exact technique. So there's a left, right coming, there's an up and down, and there are just many versions. So if you're into buying templates, please consider buying this template for supporting my channel. Okay. Anyways, so we have created this. Okay, you can go over here in Contents, Rectangle, Transform, and use a Skew for adjusting the skew amount. And next, we will start with the animation. So firstly, I would like to go a little bit ahead. I'm going to go to about 3 seconds ahead, and then I'm going to just place this thing properly, because right now you don't want the white solid to be in the center. I'm going to hit the S key to reveal the scale property, break its link, and I'm going to change the first value to about, say, 80. This, in my opinion, is a lot better. I'm going to take this, I'm going to move it towards the right like so, or maybe over here. Okay, something like that. I'm going to animate the scale property, and I'm going to animate the position property. I'm hitting the Shift P key to reveal the position. I'm going to move back in time, and then I'm going to make this, I'm going to take the shape layer and I'm going to move it with my mouse towards the left like so. So basically at the start of the frame, it's outside, and then it slowly comes in, right? This is a position animation. Now I would like to combine this animation with scale, so I'm going to change the scale amount, the first value, to a very big number. So I'm going to take this to about 250. So it's very scratched out, and to compensate that, I'll move the position of this a little bit more. Okay, so this is how it looks. So it's gonna start from here, and when it's animating in position, it's also going to animate in scale. And right here, the effect is going to look very interesting, where it's a little bit fat, and then towards the end it just slims down a bit. Next, I'm going to select the keyframes, and I'm going to hit the F9 key, okay, to ease them. I'm going to select, make sure that they are selected, go to the graph editor, select the right side like this, and I'm going to push it to the left. So this way we have a peak on the left side, and if we preview our animation, it looks like this. I think 3 seconds is a little too slow. I'm going to go to 2 seconds and move this set of keyframes over here. So if you see this, this looks kind of nice, right? Now next what we'll do is we will create this side of the white layer. So if you look at the preview of what I have here, so if I look at the preview over here, you can see that we have 2 white layers. So we'll try to focus on creating this next white thing. This is actually very easy. You can just duplicate this, and we'll just rename it properly. So I'll make it slide to white, okay? And then I'll hit the U key. I'll select this layer, hit the U key to reveal all its keyframes. And then, awesome people, I'm going to click on the positions, the position name. This way, both the keyframes are getting selected. And then I'm going to push it towards the left like so. So this way what happens is the animation is preserved. Like, we are not changing the animation. If nothing was to be selected, and if I moved it towards the left, I'm changing the animation of this one keyframe. But what I want to do is I want to keep the speed of the animation the exact same. I just want the animation to end over here and to start over here. So I basically want to offset the animation. In order to do that, click on the position, and I'm going to move it over here. So as you can see, it starts like it's properly being offset now. Okay, so this is good. I want my logo to be in about this much area, so you can adjust the movement if you want, like this, right? And we are good to go. So this is how it looks if we preview it, right? And it's because of the recording, the playback is a little bit slow because I'm working in 60 FPS. But if you're following along with me, this is going to look quite nice. Okay. Next, we'll create the middle part. Now the middle part is a little tricky, and this is where the actual magic happens, guys. So we'll duplicate this one more time. Hit the U key to reveal its keyframes. And first what we'll do is we'll rename everything. So let's rename this to slide 3 dark. Okay, I'm going to change its color from white to a dark gray like so. Okay, and then I'm going to click on the position once again, and I'm going to bring it in the center. So as you can see, it's overlapping both the white layers, and that is exactly what we want. You can reduce its scale if you want, but make sure that you're doing it when you're on the second scale keyframe. So you can reduce it like so, but then you also have to remember, if you switch on this alpha grid by clicking on this button, you can see that we are having some alpha problems over here. So this is not what we want to do. Okay, we want to see to it that we are not creating this alpha problem. So I'm going to reset it to 80. This was the original number, and then I'll just start bringing it down. Now I'll have to see that I'm not revealing any alpha, and if I'm revealing some alpha, I'll have to stop there. So as you can see over here, the alpha is being revealed, so we cannot go to 60. I think I'm going to adjust with 70. Okay, so 70 looks good, I think. And if we play this, this is how it looks. So this, there's a slight animation in the end, and I think that looks really nice, right? That looks awesome to me. Next, I'll start creating a logo holder. You can bring out the logo, and we can just use in the logo directly, but it's a little bit better to pre-compose everything, so it's a little bit usable in other projects too. Okay, so let's just create a new composition. I'm going to reduce its width. So I'll keep the height to 720 because that's the output size, but I'll reduce the width down to say 500. So it's a very box, like a vertical box composition. I'm going to rename this to logo holder. I'm going to import something, so I'm going to go to my logos folder, and not this. I'm going to take my friend's Sam's Tech logo, so I'm going to double click on this to import it into After Effects, and I'm going to bring this down by dragging it into this timeline. Now in your case, like, this is going to depend on what kind of logo you have. In some cases this is going to be smaller, but in this case, as you can see, the logo is clearly bigger, so I'll have to just squish it down like so. And I would like to get rid of this white background that it has. This is a very common problem because clients send logos with a background all the time, and you can ask your client to send it on a transparent background, but sometimes they take time to respond back to you. And in my opinion, we can just fix this in After Effects by using the Luma key effect. So take this Luma key, drop it onto the logo. In here in Effects and Presets, take this to key out brighter, and you can see the white is gone. So this works for me like this. And what I want to do is I also would like to make this black color, the black bars, this is the official logo of Sam's Tech. I would like to make the color white. So I'll add an invert effect to this. Right, and this way it becomes white. I could have also used the fill effect. You can go for that if you want, but invert also works in this case. Okay, superb. Next, what we'll do is we'll push this logo up just a bit, like so, right? And I'll use the text tool to write up something. So I'm going to say Sam's Tech. I'm going to squish the text down a little bit. Like so. Let's just change the font to BBass New. That's his official font he uses. Just a book, and this is not that bad, right? Adjust this just a bit, and okay, we are good to go. So this is Sam's Tech, my friend. Check out his YouTube channel, and we'll change this to YouTube channel. Okay. Superb. I think this looks good to me. Maybe just a bit. Like so, you can add in your tagline or anything you want. I'll keep it over here, and I'll just keep pushing it like so. Right. Next, what we'll do is I'll take my logo holder comp and I'll bring it down here like so. So this is where it looks, this is where it fits in the composition, but we want it to be over here. So I'll just take this and I'll drag it and drop it over here. Okay, now what I'm going to do and also I could reduce its scale just a bit. So I'll change it to 80. This, in my opinion, looks a lot better. I think the YouTube channel font can be changed. I'll change it to Roboto, so it's a little more readable. All right, superb. This looks good to me. Okay, so this looks good. Now, in order to animate this, see, if I was to play it right now, you can see that the logo is not being animated. There's an overlap happening, but there is no animation out. Okay, like we have to work on the animation out, but even the in, it definitely doesn't work. So in order to animate it, instead of doing the scale animation and the wipe animation, there's a better way. We'll duplicate this slide 3 dark, and I'll put it on top of this. I'm going to call this dark, or I'm going to call this slide 3 alpha. Okay, I'll change its color to red, and this I'm doing just so you guys can understand what's happening here. If I was to play this right now, you can see that there's a red overlap happening exactly on top of the logo. So you can see the logo is here, but I'll keep the logo in between slide 3s. Okay, so slide 3 dark and slide 3 alpha, I'll keep my logo exactly in the center in between these two slides. And then I'm going to take this logo holder and I'll change this to alpha matte. This way what's going to happen is the logo is only going to be visible where this alpha or where this red slide is. So you can see right now the red slide is not here in the comp, right? So the logo is not visible. If I switch on the transparency, you can see that there is literally nothing there, like properly nothing there. And when the red thing comes in, and you'll have to switch it off. By default, the alpha slide is automatically going to become off, but you can see that this is there now, right? So the logo is being revealed like so, correct? So this is automatically going to happen. So by default, when you change this to alpha matte, the layer is already going to be switched off and you'll have this animation ready. So it's a very nice animation where there's a reveal happening without you doing much work. Since I had to talk it through the entire video, it took me 15 minutes, but I would say generally it would take you about 10 minutes to get this done, right? And let's take a look at how to do the out animation, because a transition needs an in point, which is this. Then you'll have to hold it for some time. So move about 1 second ahead. Okay, just create all the keyframes again, so this way you know that in between over here there is nothing happening, there's a hold point. And then we'll create an out animation. So from 3 seconds we'll go to 5 seconds and we will start to animate this out. Now what I would do is I'm going to delete the slide 3, because if I don't, I'll have to animate it separately as well. It would be a lot better for me to do all the animation on slide 3 dark and then to duplicate it and then to make it into an alpha matte again. So I'll change this logo holder from alpha to no matte. I'll delete this layer. I'll first work on the animation for all the 3 slides that we have. Switch off the logo holder. I'm going to select them and I'm just going to push them towards the right like so. Now if you want some extra effects and if you want some extra details, you can also animate the scale value of this of the different slides that we have. So you can change the scale of this to a huge number like so, right? And then we can push this a little bit more ahead. So now if you play, you'll see that there's just a little bit more animation. So it comes in, right, from 0, it's going to come into the scene. It's going to hold for some time and then it's just going to go away very quickly. What's happening right now, I think that the eases are a little wrong. So we'll select all these keyframes, we'll go to the graph editor and you can see, yes, there is definitely a problem in the eases. No worries, I'll select this third keyframe and I'll hit the F9 key and that's just going to ease it up a little bit. Let's just confirm. Okay, so the scale also needs a little bit of work. So F9, make it like that. And just check the position for all the different keyframes that we have. Okay, so everything looks good. Let's preview this. Okay, so the out animation is definitely still very fast. You can take this keyframes and move it towards the left like so. So this way it's a little bit slower. So if you preview this, comes in, holds, and then goes out, right? And now in order to work on the logo reveal, so if I switch on the logo holder right now, it's still there. It's not being animated in any way. So it comes in, then it goes away, right? So now we can duplicate the slide 3 dark, because now it also has the out animation. If we wouldn't have deleted the slide 3 alpha that we have, that we had created before, we would have had to animate it separately as well. Now it's easy. Now we can just duplicate this, put it on top, rename it to slide 3 alpha, and then change the logo holder, the track matte to alpha matte. This way it's properly being animated. If I switch on the transparency mode, you'll see that there is nothing here, right? And then it also goes away. So this is a superb transition. You guys, you have to understand that it took me a little bit time to create this, but this is a very simple tutorial and this is a very good technique for just adding a little more production quality in your videos. And now let me show you how to manage this. So we have created a 6-second animation, right? I would say just do a right click and trim comp to work area. This way you have the 6 seconds to work with. And now you can go to your editing comp. Here is my example video, right? You can take your tutorial transitions. This is the one that we made. We can drop it in like so. And then you can just move this in over here. So this way, if we play this, transition comes in, it is a hold, and then it goes out and then it reveals the other footage, right? And this is how you use this in your editing workflow. So it's very easy to manage. You can move it around and just see where your transition looks good, if it doesn't look good, and it's very easy to manage in your project. So thank you for watching my video. My name is Taha Dalal, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. Please like, subscribe, and do all of that, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.